Hello everyone, this is Betsy from Ideas Times 2. Today I have a tutorial or a craft with me. A few weeks ago, several weeks ago, I promised I would do a craft with me, how to use the Tim Holtz paper dolls. So here's a package of them. They do come in two sizes, and let's see, I do have some of the bigger ones here. These are quite big. And then there's a smaller bunch here. So you can see some of them are very tiny. Here's one here. So anyway, I also admitted that I don't know why I bought them, because I think they're just a little bit creepy. But I do have to say, I've sort of changed my mind. I think they're fun. I think they're fun. These tags were super fun to make. So let me just show you what I've got here. So this one is the one that I had sort of picked out a few things I was going to use with it already. So I've got some ladies here. One has butterfly wings, and they're sitting on this film reel, and she's got her elbow leaning on a math problem. So there's some cheesecloth here. There's a book page, and then there's a little saying that I found on a piece of digital paper that I have. It says "Dream in Color," which I thought was really cool. And then I put a little Tim Holtz clip on there and a label with a number, and the background is all inked up with this real bright ink treatment. And I thought it would be a fun juxtaposition to put the ladies on this this card, which is super colorful. So there's that. I just inked this up a little bit to give it a little bit more contrast, and other than that, pretty much just glued and sewed. Did a little bit of sewing too. So there's that one. Did some stamping back here too. This one is a tag I had made for a Tracy Fox challenge using a heart. So here's a giant heart with some slow stitching, and I put a butterfly underneath some acetate, little lace and collaging up here, and then the background is collaged papers, sort of larger torn papers. So this has been sitting around for a while, and I didn't do anything with it, but I sort of held up this Tim Holtz paper doll, and I thought it looked pretty cute on there. And it sort of toned down the heart a little bit, so I was happy with that. So that is another one I made. This one is quite a large tag. I made it out of some packaging, and so I had to cover both sides because it was like the backing for some product. And so anyway, what I did was I covered it with sort of a neutral paper. It looks like it's coffee stained. I didn't remember that. And then this one is just some scrapbook paper that I had. So I just have a label and a number. Oh, before I do that though, the background is stamped, and then here, this is a stencil. The ruler type numbers and that number there, those are stenciled. Otherwise, it's just like a little stamping on there. I didn't do too much to the background. Then I have collaging. And this is Tim Holtz washi tape, two different types on here. This is the fabric tape. And I used the leftover bits of the film reel, and I just sprayed it with different sprays to give it more contrast, and different ones than this. This has more yellows in it and more green and color. This one is basically browns. This paper in the background is a digital in our shop, some paper or hand marbled paper that I scanned, and so I have a digital kit for that. This is another just little label that I stitched on, and then this is a Tim Holtz paper doll. So hold that up a little bit. So lots of just like super simple, really, just collaging and lots of stamping and fun backgrounds. So those are those three. I am super happy with these. I did not think that I would enjoy this, but I really did. And so this is just to encourage you to use up some things that you may have that you have been putting off using because you're not sure how you're going to do it. All right, so today I thought I don't know if we're going to get to all of this or not, but I tore out, this is going to be as you can see, that's corrugated, and it's a fun squiggly line corrugated, which I love. It was just like a corrugated envelope that we got something in the mail. And then these are just 2 vintage envelopes, and I have inked them up already. So we'll see how far we get. I think I will go ahead and we're going to do this. So my plan for this, and I don't have a theme for this journal yet, but I thought I would make this into a little piece to place on a journal cover. So basically I'm going to, the first thing, I just tore it into a size smaller than the usual 6x9 journal. So I just tore the edges. And the next thing I'm going to do, let's see, I have a little bin here with some things that I did pick out. And it's one of those things that you don't know if you're going to use them or not, but I did sort of have a few ideas for this. I don't have ideas for these yet. So I kind of held up, I want it to be sort of neutral but still have some color, so that's going to be my my plan, and hopefully I can get that all to work out. So I tore some paper and inked the edges on that already, and I kind of thought just this doily could be peeking out a little bit, so I'll wind up cutting that off. And then I thought it would be fun to have, okay, so this is, I was just looking through my ephemera and I saw this little envelope, almost like a seed packet. I thought, well, that'd be fun to have this on the front and use it as a pocket. So I think I'm going to use that, and then use her. It's hard to know which one to use. But she's kind of fun. She looks like she's ready for travel. Okay. And then I had put this here just for a little color. Now I know it's not like super colorful, but it is green. And I thought, well, maybe I could pull some more. And it says beautiful wildflowers. So I think I might put that there. And then I'll have to stick a few things in to bring a little color to this. I mean, you can leave it totally neutral. That's, you know, that's up to you, and that is something that you'd be able to use for just about anything. I think I might bring a little bit of color in here. But the first thing before I start this, and the way I went about finding these things is just looking through my stash. So just look through what you have. I think script is always very nice as a background. And plus, when I thought of that, I know she would stand out a little bit better with a background like that, rather than like a brown like this. So I thought that would help her stand out a little bit more. I may wind up putting cheesecloth behind her or some torn fabric or something, I'm not sure. So really all I did, guys, was look through my stash and just picked out a few things I thought would be cool. And then just started playing with it, just laying it here, laying it there, and so that's kind of how I came up with this. I will be trying to find more things to go on there, maybe a label over here or something like that. But before I do anything, I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to put gesso on this, so I'm going to put white gesso just to make to give it more contrast. Everything is sort of tan colored right here. So that'll give it more contrast. Plus, if I decide to spray some ink on here, that'll help the ink from like totally soaking through on the cardboard. So I'll be back. I'm gonna put the gesso. I think I'll sew around the edges once that's dry, And also, I might do some ink treatment with you. I'll just figure out from there. But I'm going to turn off the camera. It looks like I'm ready to run out of power anyway, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I am back. I put some gesso on here, and when I say gesso, if you don't have gesso, you could use acrylic paint, or you don't have to do anything to it either. This is just to add, to brighten it up a little bit, maybe get it ready for some color. I am going to put my elements together and see what I think, but I did stitch around my text that I had torn earlier. I tore the edges off this and stitched around that as well. And what else? Where's my thing? Okay, so there's the envelope. This is gonna go here. I still plan on putting this here. Okay, so far, and then I think I'm gonna choose her. So something like that. The stitching I think adds a lot. I also put brown ink around the edges, and then I just took some black for a little extra dark pop in the back here, and I just literally just for the super dark little spots, I just went like this with my ink pad and touched up on the outside edge just to give it more contrast. Alright, so now I am going to get my splatter plastic here, and you can see I've splattered something or other. Well, actually, instead of spraying, maybe I'll activate this with water, and I'm going to run this through here like that. Just put this upside down and smush it in. Okay, so we're going to see how that works. Where's my water? Alright, let me get... Can't really find my spray bottle at the moment. I thought it was right here. I have enough bottles for sure, but none of them have water in them. Okay, so I do have a little cup of water, and I'm just gonna sort of activate that and take it from there. Okay, so I did get a little too globby with the water right there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of blue on there, so I might not like that, but I don't know. There's browns and greens too, so hopefully we can pick up on some of those. Not a lot of this is actually going to show, because when I had laid down all of those things, it was pretty well covered. But just getting those things, maybe I'll concentrate on the outside edge. Okay, looking good so far. And then I will, yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, so now, you guessed it, I have to let this dry. And I might, before I go, I might spray this one time with some, let's see, what have I got here? I'm running out of these little Mr. Hueys. So put a little bit on the outside edge there. Okay, that gave it a little bit more color. Good. All right, so I'm gonna let this dry, and I will be back one more time. Okay, all dry, and I went ahead, I sprayed this as well, just to give it a little bit more contrast, a little bit more interest. I sprayed that, and that's, you know, mostly hidden under here, so I cut it off as well. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing, I think. I'm going to, one more time, I'm going to take a look at this and the angles and position, and I'm going to start gluing these down. I would still like to put a few things with more color, so I can add those before I put the top layers on, but so I think I'm going to maybe center this a little bit more. I kind of like it off center like that. Okay, I think so. Alright, so I am going to take these two pieces off. and these two pieces off. Alright, so I'm going to glue this. You use Fabri-Tac. And try to get those edges pretty well. And the way I do that is just spread it with my finger. Spread it sort of off the edge, because we want to make sure those edges are covered. Doilies and other fine cutout type things are really hard, aren't they? Okay, so I'm just going to lay that down. And if there's any edges you didn't get, just lift it up a little bit and put a little dab of glue underneath it. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Alright, and then this one. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that. Make sure to get the center when you glue, because sometimes it can be a little bubbled up in the middle if you don't glue the middle down as well. If you just glue the edges, it's not guaranteed it's going to lay flat and nice. Okay, it needs to be shifted just a little bit here. Not much. Okay. Make sure that's nice and glued. Alright, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and glue this down as well. Okay, I like that better. I sort of had it over this way, but I'm going to put it more in the center so that this shows on this edge. But I don't want to cover up too much of that doily, although I could add another doily if I need to. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that whole thing down. Good, 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 good. All right. All right, now I need to decide on what I'm going to do for color or a little pop of something. Also wanted to let you know what I usually do is ink up the edges a little bit on these. They do have a shiny surface, so it's hard to use just distress ink. I even tried, let's see, what is it called? I tried using archival ink, memento ink, and they didn't seem to stay on the slick surface, which surprised me. Maybe I just didn't let them dry, I don't know. But I usually put a little, this is alcohol ink. Sometimes I'll smudge it a little bit. Just enough to make you wonder. Grunge it up maybe just a little bit. Okay, do that. Put that away. But I would definitely ink the edges or try your favorite method for that. Okay, so now, right? Now what to do? I think it looks great. I am going to be putting, this is a tag I just had, and it's really nothing special. Just this image is glued on to some paper, and this has the number 4 stamped on it. So it's nothing too special. This will go in the envelope, which becomes a pocket. But I do need to ink the edges, definitely. It's very white. My camera shut off, but I was saying I was going to ink the edges, and then this is very white, and so I just took some ink on my soft brush and rubbed it all over the front of that, and then I inked up the edges on the back as well. So that should be ready to go, and I am going to actually put that in here so that I've got this sort of exposed so that I can see how it fits in the whole puzzle, and if it brings enough enough interest up here in this area. So let's see, this was going here. Alright, and then I had my lovely lady here. So now I'm going to sort of eyeball this again to see if I need anything. I might put that there so she stands out a little bit more. But I want this to show too, so I'm going to sort of make that off center. And see if that works for that, which I think it does. I think it does. Okay, so now I'm just lining these up before I glue anything down. I think I may want to put some stitching on this too. So I did have this little scrap of canvas. It looks like it has a little ink on it. So if I put that there and then put a label on it, I'm going to see how that looks. Okay, I think I like that. Okay, I think I like that. I'll ink the edges of that. And then I'm just eyeballing it to see if there's anything else that's needed, to see if anything else would, you know, sort of complement it or not, or if enough is enough. A few stamps there. Or maybe, since this is wildflowers and this is sort of like a seed packet, let's see, maybe a little flower cluster. No, I don't really like that. I don't think the stamps were bad. Let's check that out. I could maybe make this into a pocket. Maybe I'll do that. I'll make this into a pocket. I'll stitch. Let's see, how should I do that? Maybe I will glue the canvas on, and then when I glue this on, I'll just glue the 3 edges, so this will be a little pocket, and then I'll have a tag sticking out. I think I'll do that. Alright, so I am going to sew on here, and I'll probably sew a little bit on here, and I will glue that down. So I'll be back in a minute after I sew these up. Okay, I'm back. I did a little stitching on here. I looked around for more little pieces, and I thought these would be cute tucked into that pocket, so we will see about that. I am going to just ink the edges a little bit on this. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and start gluing. I was going to do those envelopes with you guys too. I have a feeling this video it's in little sections for me because my camera does that, but so I'm not sure how long I've been going. I don't have my timer on my phone or anything going, so what I'll do is, after I get this glued down with you guys, I'm probably going to go ahead and finish those envelopes and then just show them to you at the end. But I think we're nearing the end on this. I think this will be great. And this I'm going to tuck behind. Make sure my glue is spread out evenly. Tuck that in right there. It's going to hang a little bit over the top and a little bit over the bottom. Okay, like that. Alright, and then she goes on there. Get her little feet. Okay, and put her more over that, the edge of that lighter colored paper than this part. Just a little bit over. Okay, so there she is. This looks great up there, so I'm glad for that. Oh yes, so now I'm going to glue. This canvas is pretty thick, so I'm gonna just go ahead and glue this down. I'm going to spread that glue out though, just in case a big glob might soak through. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down on here. Okay, and then this one will be just on the 3 sides, so it can be a little pocket. Oh, whoops. Ooh, that looks kind of cool there. But I have a mess to clean up because I dropped that. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so then this will go here. Good, 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 good. I like that. Okay, and then I better clean this up before it gets out of hand. I have a little glue eraser here. Still kind of wet, so I might just go ahead and do this. I can't believe I dropped that. Okay. All right. Good, good. All right, now, let's see. We'll put a ticket there. What else should we do? A ticket, and maybe a stamp. Maybe a green one. Or, let's see, what else have I got here? It's probably good. It's probably good. I was thinking I had, here it is, a butterfly. Don't like that. But this looks good, I think. I might leave it like that. So those are just tickets. I'm going to ink the edges on this a little bit. These are, this one is like a vintage stamp. I don't think these are. I think this is a Tim Holtz ticket, and I think this one is a stamped Tim Holtz one. I don't know for sure. I don't think it's vintage though. Alright, so there we go. Good. I forgot to ink the edges on that pocket. Okay, that's it. So all the things. So that'll make a nice cover piece for a journal cover, cover decoration. So there's that. Now, like I said, I do have these left, but I've probably taken up enough of your time. So I'm just going to do these real quick, and then I'll be back in just a minute, and I'll show you what I came up with. All right, I am back with a few little envelopes I made. So this is pretty much just stenciling and inking, stamping and inking on the back. And I made the little guy into a snippet, and he's resting his hand on one of the stamps on the snippet. And then these are just collaged, a little bit of stitching on there. And the back of the envelope, I just did all the ink and stamping treatments. So there's that one. This one I collaged the front with sort of neutral papers and then sprayed ink on it and sort of rubbed the ink on my plastic sheet and then just rubbed the ink right on and sprayed it too a little bit. So there's that. And then so I just put her, she's real plain, so I just put her here, and then I put this banner here at the bottom. Inked it up first a little bit. So there you have it. There's that, and the journal cover decoration, and then I have these three tags. So there's a little bit, some ideas how to use Tim Holtz paper dolls, and I might just have to do some more. It was really fun. I hope you give it a try, or if not, the Tim Holtz paper dolls, whatever you have in your stash that you've been reluctant to use, just give it a whirl. I guess that's it. Take care, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.